Greetings, everyone. It's Wrestler, and welcome back to Patron. And you're looking at the city. You're going, wait a minute. Last time you broadcast this, you had a full-on city going on, and we were making progress. That's correct. And you are absolutely correct. Did have a full-on city on, and we were making progress. What changed? What happened? Why did that? Did I play that city in my spare time? Did it go? Did it break? No. Nothing quite as nefarious or anything like that. What happened was the game developer said, "Hey, we have an update coming. If you want to, help us out and well, not help us out, but play the beta, you can." And I thought, well, what better way than to play the beta so some of you guys can watch it and see what's new about it. And there's a new production thing going in. So there's this new thing, gather metal and such. So that's nice. But there's a new building. Let's see if I can find it. Um, Jam Factory's new, but that's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for the textile. There's a new production chain, so to speak, um, and there's new just quality of life improvements as well that are coming along the way. So it's just a conglomeration of a bunch of different things. So I figured, okay, well, should probably start from scratch. So I got this new town, and such. So this is on the Pine map. So there's not a lot of mountains. So you kind of have to go over here. But since I'm not near water in either way, I'm not going to be researching fishermen not very much. My gatherers and hunter over here. This is kind of the forest area, and over here is where, as you can see, I'm going to be doing a bunch of chopping. So I got the houses coming up here, and they're building house number 4. So almost everything is up and running. I got quarry researched already. Over here, it looks like this is taking a little bit longer to build. I should probably get that gathering hut on high priority so they can get that built. And they're building the depot here. So the good thing is this is March. And now something to note about the starting months in Patron. April is the default. I always select March to give myself a little bit of leeway. Now, some of you might decry that as that's playing on easy mode, but it's just the way to do things. You want to, it's always, there's no shame or anything, in giving yourself an extra month to get things up and running, because you have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of things to get up and running. You have a giant sawmill, and you may not know kind of the area that your town is in. You might be, while you can place your town center, you might still not have very many options, and it might roll around to the end of to midway through May, and you only have 3 houses up, and you're thinking, my goodness, what happened to the time? Now that probably won't happen because of how quickly you can get things up and running, but that's the point. And jobs need to be allocated. I just realized I had no carriers, so that might have slowed things up a little bit. A bunch of resources sitting around, no one's carrying them anywhere. While your citizens will carry them, it's good to have people who are dedicated to that job alone. And so we got 11 here. We started out with 10, so somebody grew up recently. So actually, see how this gatherer's hut's coming along here. Yeah. Okay, so let's put 2 people in onto gathering. The sawmill's almost finished here. And we have 1 empty house, right? Good, okay. Let's get mine researching. And let's put somebody in the sawmill. I still don't think Sawyer is I guess Sawyer would be the correct word, but lumberjack seems like it'd be more, because you got forester, so it seemed like lumberjack would be a better term for the sawmill worker, but I don't know. Now you might see this over some things. No Sawyer in the building. Now, so is someone assigned, as you can see. He just hasn't made it there yet. When he does get there, yeah, see, he got there and it disappeared. And we'll have a hunter very soon. Hunter. And let's do some winter And let's actually get production up there. Let's get large baskets. These are all things that are essential. And let's get some insulation going on some of these houses. You want to get some of these things knocked out of the way as quick as possible, mind you, because mine is done researching. Before you're scrambling during the cold months, and I understand it's April, but it's good to get things out of the way, especially in the winter months if you're like me, and when you play games like this and you don't have your citizens do so much during the winter months. I try to avoid having my citizens build during the winter months because they can go out there and they can get cold and not make it home. And so it's just... Oh, thank you, King. The king is pleased that a new colony is slowly getting on its feet. He placed the foundations of a flourishing city, and for that you are rewarded. So we get 150 corn, 150 firewood, and 150 lumber. Thank you, King. So now we have tons of stuff. Well, actually, let me get the audio down here a little bit. Let me lower that, lower the music volume. Can't even hear the music now. That's not good. And let's lower some of these down. Okay. I can hear the music barely. I'm not sure if you guys can, but let's get the music back up because the music is a pretty good part, and you're only hearing different parts of it. Excuse me. I think I'm coming down with something. Just a slight cold, though. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. You may not see very much difference based on the beta that's being participated in, but there are a couple things that are just a little bit different, and we'll get to those eventually. The patch notes eventually will be released with an entire changelog coming up, but the developers of this game are really, really good about engaging with the community and reaching out. And when I told them that I was going to post this video, they said thank you so much. They were very, very thankful, and it's part of engaging with your community and engaging with the people who are consuming your game and playing your game and enjoying your game. And and if, with Christmas coming up and a sale coming up on a lot of the digital storefronts, I would encourage you to definitely give a look at this game, because as much as you might watch this, you might think, gosh, that's a lot of work and such. It is, so it stimulates your brain a little bit, but it's also very relaxing. And there's just something about just watching, whoa, that's a rainstorm, about just watching things, and watching your town, that you're working so hard to keep afloat and keep people going and keep people healthy and fed and such and warm and everything, just to watch them just go and just do things. It's there's something to be said about it. Okay, so we got everyone insulated. Now we need to move on to maybe some production. So maybe, let's see, iron is the next thing that we have to really focus on. We got plenty of stone, so let's see, we need 75 coins. Okay, that won't be a problem. And we're next to a mountain, so this should be, and this was done intentionally, of course, but I didn't realize how close I was actually, right necessarily. So this is a good thing, actually, though. So let's see, we got the herbalist at 105% efficiency, and the hunting is at 106%. So doing very well, so to speak, and such. I was reading around, and people said that a herbalist is something that is needed actually a lot earlier than I usually thought about putting a herbalist down. And part of that is on me reverting back to the wrong game. I was thinking, well, I played Banished, so I know things like this. I know when to put a herbalist down, because a herbalist in Banished was an afterthought much of the time. But I was told here that a herbalist isn't an afterthought. This is something that you actually should probably, definitely think about sooner rather than later. Okay, let's get this mine built here. I want to get as much efficiency as possible. I want to get as much efficiency as I can from the mine, but I also want to get as close to town as I can too, so that people aren't working weird. So let's see here. So let's actually get the road extended out here, and let's go all the way out to here. Okay. Now let's get a mine placed. So efficiency is 100%, 100%. Boom. No? Why not? There we go. So, lucked out there with that, I would say. So, I think we have enough. Oh, we got more than enough workers, yeah. Well, because we don't have fishermen, exactly. So, we'll have more than enough people to handle the mining. And we got another worker. Oh, someone else grew up. Excellent. Let's get durable tools so we can get the upkeep down a little bit. And then I think a coal mine will probably be the next thing, yeah. Now, part of the reason for the efficiency isn't so much the mountain. That's where the quarry comes in. It's very much the ore richness in the ground, and if the ore is very rich, then you can get a lot of things getting done by your mines. And so the ore richness in this map is pretty hefty. So that's part of the reasoning behind it being efficient when it's not close to the mountain. So coal mine, I think, is 75 coins. Yeah. So we'll have coal soon. Well, we'll have coal soon. We'll have a coal mine soon. And I told myself that this time when it came to the coins, when it came to the mines and things, I was going to try and get them working as soon as possible. Before I got the toolsmith, because now I'm going to tech up to the 100 coins, or build to the 100 coins to research the toolsmith. But I want to have both these things running, because the toolsmith is going to ask a lot of them, and so I need to have both these things running at a pretty good efficiency level. Like prospector might be something to do after the toolsmith, before I start plopping out a toolsmith and telling the toolsmith that they need to get to work. So we got 3 workers now, and that I'm going to keep it at that for now. So we'll have, actually what you do here is you reduce the amount of workers. You can do that so that they don't, otherwise they split, and then you can have good production not going so well. So we're going to keep that, yeah, and then it gets rid of that ugly red complaining. So we're going to keep it limited at that coal miner for 1 right now until we have more people, because while we have a good amount here, we need people to so to speak, I don't know, have children. We need people to immigrate. So that being said, let's get another house up. I know I said we need to build money, but I'm just looking to get this kind of streamlined a little bit more, though. There. So another house, and let's get the road built a little bit more. And let's get another house directly behind that one. like that. Okay, and then while we're at that, we will also say let's gather some trees. Let's chop some things down. Um, the Port City Road Treasury has reached. Okay, so yeah, royal assistance. Always good to sometimes almost bankrupt yourself to get things like this happening, because you know what that means, toolsmith, um, and such. And then let's take a look here. Durable tools is good there. Prospector. Let's do prospector. Probably should have done it here, considering that they're down to one person. But hey, 60 coins prospector. Let's not bankrupt ourselves again for production. I wonder if this is less because it's only one worker. Something to think about. Yeah, but poor state of the treasury. Things can get away from you very quickly when you're making things. So let's go like that. Okay, so let's stop building things and spending money for now, at least. And it's raining in August again. It's raining like crazy. You know, it's interesting. This is a temperate climate. And so why rain is not unheard of in August in temperate climates, because I live in what would be described as a temperate climate, and why where I live it rains a lot. It does not rain in August. In fact, in August, quite the opposite. But yeah, okay. But that is something that you gotta like about city builders like Banish and like Patron and like Settlement Survival and you know just things like that. Is it brings in the odds, the chances of this happening, and so every year can be different. I remember in Banished one time I was cruising along, I was producing tons and tons of food, and I thought, boy, this is great. And then it came, and then one summer in that game, it rained most of July, and all of August, and my crops in that game, the harvest that usually was 100%, when the yield when they started picking it, it was about in the 60%. And I'd tell you, my village barely survived that winter because the food stores were just and well they survived the winter, but into the spring when there was no food because they're sowing crops, they barely made it to harvest season because the food was just not there like it had been beforehand. That's where I really leaned on fishing. And that's why a gatherer is so important, because regardless of the climate, gatherers huts usually can pick anything and everything. Roots, random roots, onions, mushrooms, just things lying on the ground. And especially roots, because roots never go really away. So there is that to think about. There were 79 coins, which is pretty good. Let's see, this house isn't occupied. Might as well throw some insulation in on it, though. It's good to insulate the houses that don't have anybody in them so that they're prepared for the next inhabitant. So, someone had a kid. Because now we had 4 children, now we have 5. So we're in September here, and I'm gonna really just speed this up to really quick. In fact, I'm gonna throw a quick save in. While we're at it, did it do it? Okay. Maybe there it is down there. Yeah, I'm a goof. So, got 13 people working. Okay. Another person grew up. So let's do that, and let's go like that. And okay, we're good. Although we're running out of teenagers. But we're speed up to 10 now, because I want to power through the winter really quickly. And we're only in October, and it's 8 Celsius. By the way, 48 Fahrenheit. So, and while we have a bit of a break here as we're speeding through this, I wanted to mention, I hope you're all having a great holiday. I hope you're all taking care of yourself and having time with your family, or making new traditions or making your new family, as we celebrate this Christmas season and such. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. I know I am. We got our tree up and decorated, such. I know not everyone has your trees, but maybe a little bit of decoration. It has been fun at times to be driving to work when it's dark, or coming back from work when it's still kind of dark, or just driving at night and seeing how everyone decorates or expresses themselves in certain ways. Some people go really over the top. Some people are simple. Some people go kind of funny. There's somebody down the road who has two skeletons wearing on a bench with lights around the bench wearing Santa hats, So that's kind of cute. I myself went pretty simple. I just put lights along the lighting of the roof and to going over the door. So that's pretty much the extent. I've done more in the past. There was one time where I had things in the bushes and I had something around the garage door and everything. It was really jazzed up. But I found more and more as I move forward, in life, it gets cold outside. And while that's fun to do, it's a lot of work to put it up and to take it down, too. I remember the year I had those things on the bushes. It was great. It looked really cool. I got lots of compliments about it. But untangling it from the bushes and all the branches and everything after the holidays was not fun in any way, shape, or form. And then doing all the rewiring because I had to do a lot of wiring to run the line from there up to the plug with the lights outside, and that was a lot of work too. So I just decided, you know what, I don't need to really impress a lot of people. I'll just do I'll just do a lot of work inside, and outside I'll just go basic, which is what I did. I mean, it's not like my inside is crazy, but I got lights along the mantle and I got a wreath. And my tree is really, really cool looking. And I got little lights and music atmosphere and decorations around the house so I jazzed up the interior of the house a little bit more to express. So that's just and with all the money that we have, we don't have to have them working at it. But let's get a toolsmith thrown down here. Let's do it right here. And let's look into a quarry, though. How much room? God, yeah, because a quarry needs a lot of room. Actually, okay, let's pause the toolsmith for now. In fact, let's cancel the toolsmith. I don't think it's going to be able to go there. The quarry, though, can probably go there, right? Or we can at least place a quarry. Or not maybe not place a quarry, but we can plan one out. So if we had a quarry, so let's pause that and demolish it and see how close we can get the quarry if we have it just a little bit away from the thing. I mean, how close can we get the quarry built? Okay, let's pause the quarry. Oh, one thing we should have that doesn't require anybody working that's essential though is we should have a well. Actually, pause the well. That was faced the wrong way. Let's demolish the well. Demolish the well. And we'll put the well back. Okay, so I want the well facing the road. There we go. There. Okay, now let's get the toolsmith placed down. So toolsmith. There's the toolsmith. Okay. So the toolsmith. Gosh, where do you place the toolsmith now? Let's place the toolsmith all the way back here. Let's pause the toolsmith. And let's get a road that goes back there. What's this? Resources aren't getting here? What does it need? Oh, it's not a matter of resources. It's not a matter of nobody carrying it. It's a matter of we don't have it. Okay, well, let's get some... Yeah, let's get some lumber coming in. That's a mistake on my part. Yeah, let's get some lumber coming in. Let's really Let's really get down to cutting trees down, deforestation. Um, no food in warehouse. That's not good. Oh boy, we got people going hungry now. This is not good. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we may have a problem. Let's expand two. Let's get 3 gatherers working. Looks like we had someone die of starvation. People are dying left and right. Okay, not enough workers, too. Basically, a cascading effect of bad things happening. Okay, let's see if we can get this under control. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we're struggling as it is, but let's do it anyways. No herbs? Well, yeah, I know. Boy, do we have a problem on our hands. Okay, well, I think we got it. No food in the warehouse. Well, there is food in the warehouse. There's not a lot of it. Hmm. I think we might have fixed the problem. Actually, no, we haven't. There's still no food. Well, this is definitely not something I expected. This is what happens when you go too fast, I guess, and you place the gathering hut really far away from the town center, and you don't pay attention to things. Anyways, I don't think we're gonna fix this one. We'll probably start in Newtown next time, but I'm gonna call it here. Um, and so anyways, yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna call it here, and next time we'll do better, I promise. And I'll show you off a little bit more of the game without having a cascading failure. But here you can see, I am not, in my other games I don't have this problem. Here you can see how problems can happen. So anyways, guys, until next time, this is Resler signing off.